And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. And we can't thank you guys enough for being a part of this Shabbat appointed time. We thank you guys a tremendous amount. Now, we are testing some new music, and we are also going to be, if you guys can hear it, let us know in the chat. If it's all good, let us get into our praise and worship. Here we go.
See, the days are coming soon, says I was faithful one. A covenant made, renewed in love, for Yisrael and Yahuda. Not like the one from long ago, when he led them by the hand. They turned away, they did not stay, but now his mercy stands. Write your Torah on our hearts, Lord, place your wisdom in our minds. We are Elohim forevermore. We are your people for all time. Forgiven, free, remember no more. Our sins are washed away. Renewed covenant, eternal love. We lift our song of praise. Our song of praise. No longer teaching, no, for all shall know his name. From least to great in every tribe, his truth will never change. He will forgive unrighteous ways, our guilt he won't recall. Mercy flows and covers us, his promises for all. Write your Torah on our hearts, Lord, place your wisdom in our minds. We are Elohim forevermore. We are your people for all time. Forgiven, free, remember no more. Our sins are washed away. Renewed covenant, eternal love. We lift our song of praise. Forever faithful, forever true. Your covenant is new. Your word within us, shining bright. Our hearts belong to you. Write your Torah on our hearts, so raise, place your wisdom in our minds. Be our Elohim forevermore. We are your people for all time. Forgiven, free, remember no more. Our sins are washed away. Hide your Torah on our hearts, holy. Place your wisdom in our minds. We are Elohim forevermore. We are your people for all time. Forgiven, free, remember no more. Our sins are washed away. Renewed covenant, eternal love. We lift our song of praise. We lift our song of praise.
All right, guys, let us know how the audio is.
Yahuwah, you feed the birds of the sky. You clothe Shamayim's endless day. Your light will guide this soul of mine. My eyes set on what's divine. I will seek first your name and your righteousness. To all I need will come from you. You are my treasure, my heart's delight. Forever, yeah, you are my life. When I pray, I come before you in the quiet, face to face. You hear my words in secret and fill my soul with grace. Our Father in Shamayim, let your name be set apart. Your kingdom come, your will be done. Reign within my heart. You call me to forgive and love, to give with joy, to trust, to serve. You clothe my soul from up above, far more than I deserve. No man can serve two masters true. My heart belongs to only you. I will seek first your reign and your righteousness. To all I need will come from you. You are my shepherd, my guiding light. Forever, yeah, you are my life. Seek first your reign. Yeah, my heart is yours. Forever you When the crowd press around you, Master, and they question who you are, you spoke with power, not disaster. Your truth cut through their hearts like stars. You said a tree is known by its fruit, and words reveal what's inside of you. So let my heart be pure and true. Let my lips bring praise to you. I will do the will of Yahuwah. That's who I wanna be. Not just a hearer, but a doer. Let your word take root in me. Every breath and every heartbeat, every moment I will see that those who walk in your truth, Yahuwah, are family. Our family. They came asking for a sign from heaven, but you gave them what was foretold. The sign of Jonah, 3 days hidden, then risen up just as it was told. Oh, the queen of the south will rise and say, she came for wisdom far away. But greater than Shalom is here, the word made flesh, standing near. I will do the will of Yahuwah. That's who I wanna be. Not just a hearer, but a doer. Let your word take root in me. Every breath and every heartbeat, every moment I will see that those who walk in your truth, Yahuwah, are family. Clean my house land. Your mercy greater than judgment's flame. Your love endures, your truth remains. And when the storms around me fall, I'll hear you say, this is my call. I will do the will of Yahuwah. That's who I'll always be. Not just a hearer, but a doer. Your spirit lives in me. Every breath and every heartbeat, every moment on my knees, I'll sing your praise forever, Yahuwah. For you set me free. Yeah. Yahuwah, make me like that good tree, rooted in righteousness. Let every word and every thought bring honor to your name.
All right, beautiful family. It is a great day to see all of you guys out there. Thanks, Eli, for the lyrics on this and putting them together. We are trying to get our game together so we can get some lyrics in here so we can all sing a little bit of praise and worship as we are glorifying the name of our Creator, the name of His Son, and His beautiful, awesome ways, which are called the Torah. And the Torah, for those who do not know, is the greatest things that we have ever been given. Better than life. Without the Torah, life doesn't make a lot of sense. But when you get the instructions that come from the first 5 books of Scriptures, and these instructions are a guidepost to life, that is the difference between all of these man-made religious systems out there that are completely satanic and the unsatanic ways of our Creator that are absolutely Kodesh, that are a holy way to the kingdom. Guys, with that, Gade, will you please open us up in prayer?
Father, thank you for this day, and we thank you for your Shabbat, and we ask that you walk with us in this walk, and you continue to bless this beautiful family we have here, and that we can make it back every Shabbat and dive into this word and learn your Torah, learn your words, learn the greatness that you have given to us all these years ago because you knew we would need it to this day. We thank you for your Son, we thank you for your Torah, we thank you for the prophets, we thank you for the Scriptures and the word that you have written down for us. We thank you for blessing this family, blessing people here, that we have ears to hear and eyes to see, that we're able to follow your commands all these years later. Thank you for all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay, Jade, will you please open us up with our Shema? Eli.
Hear, O Israel, Yahuwah our Elohim, Yahuwah is one. And you shall love Yahuwah, your Elohim, with all your heart, and with all your being, and with all your might. And these words I command you today shall be in your heart, and you shall impress them upon your children. You shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. And shall bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be a fence between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates.
Okay, so there we are right here with a simple set of instructions. And in these set of instructions, we are told that our Creator is one. We are also told that we need to love Him with all of our heart, with all of our being, and with all of our might. And these words, which Moshe commanded us today, need to be a part of our life. It should be, we impress them upon our children. We speak of them throughout the day. When we get up in the morning, when we go to bed, when we're just sitting on the couches talking with our family, we talk about the Torah. We bring up the Torah. It is every last bit of the part of the walk that we have. And that is what the kingdom walk is all about. The kingdom walk separates those who are willing to be obedient to the ways of our Creator and those who are the goats, those who are willing, the tares, those who don't care anything, those who are simple users of the world that our Creator has given to us, and there's no set of thanks. There's no gratitude for giving us life, for giving us everything. And the gratitude that we can show our Creator is simply doing what He says for us to do, which is to be obedient throughout all our times, throughout all of our days, to keep our temples clean, to be the kind of people that our Creator wants us to be. And when you look at the rest of the world, that isn't what we have gotten. What we have gotten is we have gotten a very satanic, a very demonic, a very dark world that is all around us. And the last thing that anybody has anything on their minds is not only seeking our Creator, but seeking His ways and following Him how He wants us to follow him. And so we are just about to go over the most beautiful things that we can ever do, the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of our Creator. And so, Miss Nicole, will you please give a shout out to all of our brothers and sisters who are with us today?
Yeah, for some reason though, I lost part of them. So I know we have Chris, Gina, Sarah and William. We have Sue. We have Dolly and Jerry, Mr. Jones, the judge, Michelle, Sandra, Sylvia. I think it's Ben and Andrea, Jeremy and Callan, Baruch Yahuwah. That's a new one, so welcome to you.
Beautiful name, Baruch Yahuwah.
Grace, Joanna, if I didn't say her already, Danny Boy, Obi Lines, Chris, Cindy, which is King GG. The Grand is here, and I'm gonna slaughter this name like I always do, but I know it's from Rwanda, and it's Nugabru, I think is how you say it.
All right. Well, greetings to all of you beautiful people out there. Thank you so much for hanging with us around this little tiny table in the middle of these jungles as we read through these beautiful scriptures that have been given to us on this beautiful appointed day. So here we are, guys. The Yah Scriptures is absolutely free of charge. We have the Yah Scriptures now in 6 different languages. We cover 65% of the world's languages. In fact, there's a little about 4.5 billion people that when we are done with our apps, that we will actually be able to communicate with via Yah's word. And every single one of these apps, just like you guys see right before you, in every one of our Mandarin, Swahili, Portuguese, Hindi, you can all see the laws, statutes, and commandments in your native language, just like you are seeing right before your eyes right here. So there's no excuse anywhere that you are that if you don't know what the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator are, well, we'll spell it out for you very easily and hope that you guys will take the advice, the knowledge, the directions that our Creator has given to us and apply them to your lives. So here we are, guys. Commandment number 1 is be fruitful.
Number 2, multiply. Replenish the earth. Subdue it. Have dominion over the fish, fowl, and every living creature. The earth bearing and every tree is for food. Man and woman should build their own families. Master sin. Every clean moving thing that lives shall be food for you. Do not eat the blood. Walk before me and be perfect. Guard Yahuwah's covenant, laws, statutes, and commandments.
And that's a big one, fellas. Guys, look at that. The biggest commandment that we have ever been given in any of the scriptures from 103 books and beyond in all the Apocrypha. There is not a single scriptures that is reiterated more times than this right here. And it is guard Yahuwah's covenant, laws, statutes, and commandments. And why would our Creator tell us this? Why would he tell us over 50 some times that we need to guard these and do it, right? Is maybe we're not getting the point of what our Creator has told us, right? 97% of the world is disobedient to the laws of our Creator, yet he has told us more times than anything that this simple command is to be obedient. Every male shall be circumcised at 8 days old.
Teach children the commands and guard the way of Yahuwah. Remember Yahuwah's name for all generations. Keep the Passover, Pesach. Keep the festival of unleavened bread, the festival of matzah. There's one Torah for the stranger and the Hebrew. Sanctify all firstborn to Yahuwah. There are no mighty ones before Yahuwah. You shall not make graven images. Do not bring Yahuwah's name to naught. Keep the Shabbat.
So here you guys are, right? Look at the reiteration of this commandment, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, 14 times right there, right? This is the commandment that all of you guys are getting credit for, right? If you guys are keeping today as a holy Kodesh convocation, as an appointed time that our Creator has given to us, you're not working, you're not buying, you're not selling, you're not cooking, you're not doing any of the stuff that we've been told not to do, then you are keeping this appointed time. Congratulations. This, I've said for a long time that Shabbat keeping is the beginning of Torah keeping. When you realize how incredible a people who have been instructed by their Creator to take a full day off every single week to recharge, regroup, to get with our Creator, to just become different. That's what this is all about, right? What other religious system has you take the full day off to worship the Creator of the universe? There's nothing. There's not a single religion out there. I'll answer that for you right now. It just doesn't exist. Continuing on. Honor your parents.
Do not kill. Do not break wedlock. Do not steal. Do not make false accusations against your neighbor. Do not covet anything of your neighbor's. Do not make an altar from a rock that tool is touched. Do not go up the altar by the steps.
If a man steals cattle, he shall restore it 5 times.
Yahuwah's laws for criminals. Do not lie with beast.
No sacrifices to other Elohim.
Do not oppress stranger, fatherless, or widow. Do not charge your brother interest.
If you borrow your neighbor's raiment, return it to him before sunset.
Do not curse the ruler of your people. Do not eat what is torn of any beast.
No false report.
Do not follow multitude of evil. Do not judge righteously against the poor.
Bring back your enemy's cattle if you find it going astray.
Help the animals of your enemy. Stay away from rumors and gossipers.
Take no bribes.
Do not oppress a stranger. Love the stranger. Give your land rest in the 7th year.
Do not mention any pagan names.
Keep the feast of Yahuwah. Do not cook your goat in his mother's milk.
Obey the messenger Yahuwah sends before you.
Do not bow down to other Elohim. Serve Yahuwah.
Make no covenant with Elohim or outsiders of the land.
Do not make his anointing oil unknown person. Do not make his perfume unknown person. Do not eat the fat.
Do what you say you are going to do.
Return what is your neighbor's. Obey Yahuwah's dietary laws.
Women's time of separation.
Obey Yahuwah's hygiene laws. Keep the Day of Atonement, Yom HaKippurim.
Do not uncover the nakedness of your family.
Do not take your woman's sister for wife.
Do not lie with a woman in her uncleanness.
You shall not sacrifice your children to Moloch. Do not be a sodomite.
Be Kodesh, holy.
Do not reap the cord of your field, or you shall not lead your vineyard. Do not deal false or defraud your neighbor.
Do not lie or be a liar.
Pay your workers the day's wage they are due. Do not harm the disabled.
Do not endanger your neighbor.
Do not hate your brother. Rebuke your neighbor for his sin.
Love your neighbor as yourself.
Do not diverse your cattle. Do not mingle your seed.
Do not mingle linen and wool.
Do not lie with a taken woman. Do not eat the fruit of the trees for 3 years.
Do not practice sorcery.
Do not round your beard the corners of your head. Do not cut yourself for the dead.
Do not get tattoos.
Do not prostitute your daughter. Do not defile your temple.
Do not consult the medium.
Respect your elders. Have correct weights and measures.
Do not walk in the manners of the nation.
Keep the feast of first fruits, Shavuot, overcount Pakua.
So here we are. We are at the, I guess yesterday, was it yesterday's Thanksgiving? Or the day before? 2 days ago, yeah. We actually don't celebrate. We don't do anything. When people are like, happy holidays, you're like, what? What are you talking about? We don't have any appointed times until next year. And so here we are. When you are walking in the manners of the nation, you celebrate things like Thanksgiving, right? And a lot of people are like, well, there's nothing wrong with celebrating Thanksgiving, except that the origins of it is completely satanic and pagan. When the original, before Thanksgiving was ever called a holiday, prior to that, there were a couple generals and a couple of armies, and they sizzled the Indians. They burned them alive. In fact, some of the words that came out of the stories that came out of that frying the Indians up on that day was that the soldiers said it smelled like like some weird smell when the Indians were being sizzled to death. So as you are sitting here thanking anybody or somebody for your greatness, as you have a big turkey, as you have pig, as you have all this other stuff, right? These are all traditions of men. These are all things that we have not been assigned to do. And if you are celebrating Thanksgiving, then you're doing what the nations do. There's no difference between you and the rest of the world. If you're celebrating Christmas, you are the same as the world. You're not set apart. Why would you ever do the things of this world in this retail satanic market when we have been told to completely isolate ourselves, to separate ourselves apart, that we don't go out and have these holy holly days, right? Because they're not holy. And they are holly because that is a part of the satanic witchcraft serums that they have. And so if you are wanting to walk in the manners of the nation, then Thanksgiving's your day, Christmas your day, Easter's your day. Might as well go into the satanic Halloween if that's what you are looking to do. But if you are looking at protecting your soul and being ready for the time that you take your very last breath, that none of us know when our very last breath is going to be taken, are you going to be in wonder? Have you been enjoying your turkey day? Have you been stuffing yourself with all this stuffing as you spend one day thanking somebody for something? Why don't you spend 360 days thanking our Creator for something? Why don't we get up every single day in Thanksgiving? Why aren't we celebrating Him every single day? Why is it one day a year that we sit and we have to come up with something, Why is it just one day a year that we're like this, right? It's all pagan. It's all satanic. It's not part of the right agenda. So guys, let's keep ourselves separated. And I know for a lot of you guys, especially coming out of the pagan satanic world, When you stop keeping these Thanksgiving days, right, you become an enemy of your family. You become an outcast of your family. Everybody doesn't understand why. Why don't you want to be a part of this amazing party that we're having? We stuff ourselves so we can't even walk anymore, right? It's just not what it is, right? We are not called to be these people. We have our own appointed times. We have our festivals. We have our times. Do not walk in the manners of the nations. And if you did celebrate Thanksgiving, guys, I would strongly encourage you to let it be the very last Thanksgiving that you ever do, and hook your soul up, hook yourself up, hook your family up. Why would you ever be part of this retail megalomaniac world when we're told to stay away from it? Continue on. Keep the feast of first fruits, Shavuot, Omer Count, Pentecost.
Keep the Feast of Trumpets, Yom Teruah.
Keep the feast of Sukkot, Shemini Atzeret.
If you blaspheme the name of Yahuwah, you shall be put to death. If you kill your neighbor's animal, you must give him another.
Repay injury for injury.
Honor the Yovel, Jubilee year. Confess your sins to Yahuwah and repay who you have trespassed against.
Good law, being an Nazir.
Wear your tzitzit on the four corners of your garments. The Torah of whoever touches a corpse.
Follow Yahuwah's law of inheritance.
Torah of keeping your oath to Yahuwah. Do not add or take away from the word.
And guard your soul.
Learn to fear Yahuwah. You shall love Yahuwah with all your heart.
Bind the laws upon your hands and the frontlets between your eyes.
Write the laws on your doorposts. Do not tempt Yahuwah.
Do what is right and good in the sight of Yahuwah.
Do not be afraid of your enemies.
Remember Yahuwah. Circumcise your heart.
Cleave to Yahuwah. Swear by his name.
Destroy graven images.
Do not make an idol of Yahuwah as the pagans do to their Elohim. Rejoice in all Yahuwah has blessed you with.
Do not do what is right in your own eyes.
Do not hearken to the words of false prophets. Do not make any baldness between your eyes for the dead.
You shall not eat any abominable thing.
You shall give to a stranger clean food that dies of itself, but you shall not eat of it. Give tithe of your increase of seed year by year.
The laws at the end of the 7-year release.
Do not borrow from the nations. Do not harden your heart, nor shut your hand from the poor.
Guard month 1 of Yahuwah's calendar.
3 times a year all males shall appear before Yahuwah. You shall make judges and officers in all your gates.
Do not plant Asherah poles near the altar.
There must be 2 or 3 witnesses. Hearken to the prophet Yahuwah has chosen.
Prophetess of Deuteronomy.
Do not remove your neighbor's property line. How to deal with a false witness among Torah keepers.
The first child is at whole portions.
If your brother's cattle or clothes are lost and you find them, you must return them. A woman shall not wear what pertains to a man, nor a man wear what pertains to a woman.
If you find a bird's nest with the mother and the babies or eggs, take the babies but not the mother.
If you build a new house with a flat roof that is able to be lived on, you must put a railing around it. Do not be a prostitute.
Do not use dirty money.
Torah of divorce.
Do not take a person's millstone for a pledge. If you lend to your brother, do not enter his house to get your payment. He must bring it to you. Return his clothing before sunset, if that was his pledge.
Do not oppress the hired servant that is poor and needy.
Every man should be put to death for his own sin. Do not go back with rotten sheep in the field, leave it for the stranger, the fatherless, and widow.
Do not muzzle your ox when he treads out grain.
If your brother dies and has no child, you should take his wife and name the firstborn after your brother. At the end of 7 years, you are to read the Torah at the Feast of Sukkot, Feast of Tabernacles.
There you go, guys. Some of the most uncomplex things that we have ever been given to do, some of the easiest things possible that have been laid out for us, lined up, and told what to do. And it seems like we have a really, really hard time with this, right? These are these same laws that everybody's like, well, let's nail this to the cross. And, that's just like the most blasphemous thing that you could ever say. But yet, that's the religious system, right? The religious system is extremely blasphemous, it's extremely evil, and it is corrupt. So here we are, guys. We are into Devarim, Deuteronomy 12. And Jade, will you please give us a breakdown of where, when, what, why, and how we are at?
So we are wandering. They're wandering the wilderness. These are the Israelites, the ones who are still alive. They have lost a lot of their members. They have conquered some lands. They've gotten some troubles and tribulations because they complain and cry about things they shouldn't be crying about. Instead of being thankful they're not in slavery or that they are not going hungry, they complain that their food isn't good enough for them or their water they don't have water. And they've seen Yahuwah do all these miracles for them, and Moses has always taken care of them. But they decide to complain and fight against Yahuwah's chosen man, Moses. And so a lot of them die, and Yahuwah ends up cursing them and saying that your generation will not see the promised land, but your children will. The ones who you cried and got scared for, then they will see the promised land. So that generation is almost completely gone, and it's almost time for their children to enter the promised land. Moses also got banished from the promised land because as good as he was, he still disobeyed Yahuwah when it was very important to Yahuwah. He needed him to make an example for the people. He disobeyed, and so he can look at the promised land from the outside, but he cannot ever go into it. So he's preparing the next generation to go in, and he's getting towards his end.
Now, guys, what do we make of this where we have Moshe, who was the man, right? Moshe, I mean, literally in the eyes of what he could do, Moshe could like really do no wrong per se, right? I mean, what better representative of the people? But yet at the very end, he was unable to actually go in the land. And when you look at the mistake, you know, if you want to compare King David to Moshe, right?
David's horrible.
Yeah, David's terrible. David did some very evil things, right? When you're talking Moshe, his offense was smashing a rock with a stick instead of talking to the rock. But in the eyes of our Creator, and there's probably something to be said that Moshe had more experience with our Creator, face-to-face time, than probably anybody else that we've ever known and encountered. And so possibly that would be one of these explanations that when you are as close to our Creator as you are, like Moshe was, the event of not speaking to a rock versus hammering the rock probably was a large offense. And so for us, we look at the offenses of all the other people in scriptures, and there's a lot of vile, evil, crazy things. And from what I can see, Moshe's offense, it wasn't that big of a deal, right? If it were me, I would have been clubbing all the Israelites with a stick and not the rock, right? I would have just ran right in that crowd and started hammering on every single one of these guys. They're little stiff-necked people. And then I probably would have got far worse than being kicked out of the land, right? But this is something very interesting that I think we should all take notes of, that we can go an entire lifetime and be miraculous and be spectacular, but then there can be an opportunity towards the end of our lives where we make a mistake such as Moshe made. So, you know, my suggestion is that all of us, we stay very, very, very close to scriptures and very, very, very close to the heart, mind, and soul of our Creator, and try to avoid these pitfalls, because if it happened to Moshe, it could definitely happen to us, right? Who are we in comparisons to a soldier like Moshe? So something just to consider. Here we are, Deuteronomy 12, first one. These are the laws and right rulings which you guard to do in the land which Yahuwah Elohim of your fathers is giving you to possess all the days that you live on the land. These are the instructions. Completely destroy all the places where the nations which you are dispossessing served their mighty ones, on the high mountains and on the hills and under every green tree. And you know, this is something that if we had these instructions today and we had to execute the instructions of our Creator, imagine walking downtown. Imagine walking just down the road. Look at every church to your left and to your right. Look at all of these things. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, they have temples made by man that they're worshiping Hasatan, and they think it's Elohim Most High. And so our Creator has told us very clearly how He wants us to operate. He's never said, I want you to go on a Sunday, and I want you to go into a Sol Victus, a Day of the Sun church, and I want you to find me, and this is where I will be. Come sing your songs, come pay your 10%, come enjoy your pig potluck when you're done, right? We don't have any instructions like this, right? Everything that these people are doing are instructionless. They are doing things that the parents didn't tell them to do. So in this world, if we were doing what Moshe had commanded these guys to do, is we would burn every church down, and we'd burn every place down. I mean, the towns would probably be smoldering blackness if we were actually in covenant with our Creator in these lands that we are in. 3, and you shall break down their altars and destroy their pillars and burn their asherim with fire. And you shall cut down the carved images of their mighty ones and shall destroy their name out of that place. Do not do so to Yahuwah your Elohim, but seek the place which Yahuwah your Elohim chooses out of all your tribes to put His name there for His dwelling place, and there you shall enter. And there you shall take your burnt offerings and your tithe and the contributions of your hand and your vowed offerings and your voluntary offerings and the firstling of your herd and of your flock. And there you shall eat before Yahuwah your Elohim, and you shall rejoice in all you put your hand to, you and your households, in which Yahuwah your Elohim has barak you. Do not do all that we do here today, each one, whatever is right in his own eyes. Verse 8, small, right? Look at that. Do not do what we do here today, each one, whatever is right in his own eyes. Now, when you look at the entire religious system breaks this this commandment right here over and over and over. There's not a single thing inside a religion that you do that is positive in the ways of our Creator. Now, if you're out there feeding the poor, you're doing some stuff or anything like that, I get it. That is probably positive. But if you are taking your kids and you're making them missionaries and you're sending them over to Uganda and you're having them ask everybody to ask Jesus into their hearts and you're saving everybody in Uganda and you leave this place in a far less condition that you've been, then that is doing what is right in your own eyes because you're teaching people pagan ways. You're teaching people things that do not exist in Scriptures. Asking Jesus into your heart and to be saved isn't something that exists in technical Scriptures that we read. It doesn't hold weight when you're looking at what does salvation mean according to what Scriptures has to say. 9, because you have not yet entered the rest and the inheritance which Yahuwah your Elohim has given you, but you shall pass over the Yarden, the river, Jordan, and shall dwell in the land which Yahuwah is giving you to inherit, and he shall give you rest from all your enemies round about, and you shall dwell in safety. And it shall be that unto the place which Yahuwah your Elohim chooses to make his name dwell there you are to bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings, and your tithes, and the contributions of your hand, and all your choice offerings, which you vow to Yahuwah. Now, if we were in a Torah-based community, right, and you literally had priests, Kohanim, you wouldn't take them 10% of your money, right? You would take them, your burnt offerings, you would take them, your tithes, you would take them, your contributions of your hand, and your choice offerings, right? You would never once open up your wallet and take out a $100 bill and give it to some preacher guy that's sitting here lying to you about what Scriptures actually says, right? You're literally paying the hand of Satan to lie to you. It's the most crazy thing. And we continue to do it over and over and over. 12. And you shall rejoice before Yahuwah your Elohim, you and your sons and your daughters and your male servants and your female servants and the Levite who is within your gates, the priest, the Kohen, since he has no portion or inheritance with you. Guard yourself that you do not offer your burnt offerings in every place that you see, except in the place which Yahuwah chooses, in one of your tribes. There you are to offer your burnt offerings, and there you are to do all that I command you. Only whatever your being desires, you and eat according to the barakah of Yahuwah your Elohim, which he has given you within all your gates. The unclean and the clean do eat of it, of the gazelle and the deer alike. Only the blood you do not eat. Pour it on the earth like wine. Did verse 15 just tell us to eat unclean food?
No.
What did it just say?
So where being desired, you slaughter. Eat. That's considering we only want to desire clean food. We wouldn't desire unclean food.
Yep.
And we don't eat the unclean, right?
Right. And so, we have gazelle and deer. We got this, but is the verse that would probably throw, especially the Christians, right? The Christians that, they live on a pig diet and they just can't get off of it. It's like crack cocaine for Christians. It's like a porky pig. They just cannot stop with their clucking with that stuff. Continuing on. 16. Only the blood you do not eat. Pour it on the earth like water. To eat within, you are not allowed to eat within your gates the tithe of your grain or of your new wine or of your oil or of the firstlings of your herd of your flock or any of your offerings which you vow or of your voluntary offerings or of the contribution of your hand. But eat them before Yahuwah your Elohim in the place which Yahuwah your Elohim chooses. You and your son and your daughter and your male servant and your female servant and the Levite who is within your gates. And you shall rejoice before Yahuwah your Elohim in all that you put your hands to. Guard yourself, that you do not forsake the Levite as long as you live in your land. So this is the preacher man of back in the days, right? The Levites had no they had no land. They had no property. What they had is they were the entire point of the Levites were to be put in and among the 12 tribes all around them, so that every single person had a Levite or had a Kohen and had a priest that they could go to, that they could atone for their sins, right? This is supposed to be a close little knit community. You're not supposed to have to go, 200 miles away to get to a temple. It's all supposed to be within your community. The same for Shabbat, right? A Shabbat back in the day was walking out of your tent and walking to your neighbor's tent and everybody getting together and everybody doing it. It's not like one big place where everybody runs for Shabbat. It's a gathering. It's an ecclesia, as they call it. 20. When Yahuwah your Elohim enlarges your border as he has promised you, and you say, let us eat meat, because you long to eat meat, you desire as much meat as your being desires. When the place where Yahuwah your Elohim chooses to put his name is too far from you, then you shall slaughter from your herd and from your flock, which Yahuwah has given you, as I have commanded you, and you shall eat within your gates as much as your being desires. Only as the gazelle and the deer are eaten, so you are to eat of it. The unclean and the clean alike eat of it. And again, that is not saying to eat unclean food, right? That's the difference between what you consider clean food and unclean food, right? Unclean food is not food. It's never ever been food. The Leviticus 11 is very, very clear. There's certain things that we have, and it's not from a taste perspective. It's like, oh, I don't want you to have that sweet little tasty pig. It's that every one of these varmints that are unclean are nasty, right? They eat flesh and bacteria and all these things that when we eat them, it's not safe for the humans. So you have a creator of the universe who loves you so much that not only did he design you and give you instructions, but he gave you good instructions. Leviticus 11 is very, very, very good instructions. 23, only be firm not to eat the blood, for the blood is the life. Do not eat the life with the meat. Now, this is like 3 times in this chapter that we have been reiterated here, not to eat the blood. Now, when you study the occult and you study all the Satanists, the very first thing that they do is drink the blood. They eat the blood, right? It's all part of their ceremony. It's part of their religious systems. It's part of how they get high. It's called adrenochrome, and it's called all sorts of blood-borne nastiness. And these Satanists, they literally use tortured children's blood as drugs. And it's very, very expensive. It is something that's been around for a very, very long time. They literally are marketing it now. You can literally buy adrenochrome blood. It's coming to the markets now. It's the weirdest, freakiest thing ever. But yet we're told over and over and over in our instructions that we don't do it, right? We don't do this. This is what the pagans do. The Satanists do this. So do not eat it. You pour it on the earth like water. Do not eat it, that it might be well with you and your children after you, when you do what is right in the eyes of Yahuwah. Only the Kodesh gifts which you have and your vowed offerings you are to take up and go to the place which Yahuwah chooses. And you shall make your burnt offerings the meat and the blood on the altar of Yahuwah your Elohim, and the blood of your offerings is poured out on the altar of Yahuwah your Elohim, and you eat the meat. Guard and obey all these words which I command you. Well, what he commanded that day, yes, tomorrow, the next day, to the day they are at today, guard all the words which Moshe commanded us for these days and for all of the days of our life, forever and ever and ever and ever, that it might be well with you and your children after you, when you do what is good and right in the eyes of Yahuwah your Elohim. When Yahuwah your Elohim cuts off from before you the nations which you go to dispossess, and you dispossess them and dwell in their land, guard yourself that you are not ensnared to follow them after they are destroyed from before you, and that you do not inquire about their mighty ones, saying, how did these nations serve their mighty ones? And let me do so too. Do not do so to Yahuwah your Elohim, for every abomination which Yahuwah hates they have done to their mighty ones. For they even burn their sons and daughters in the fire to their mighty ones, abortions, prior to what we have today with abortions, and everybody's good with it then, and they're good with it now. All the words which I'm commanding you, guard to do, not add to it, nor take away from it. Let's look at this verse, right? Verse 32. This is talking about religious systems. If you have a religious system and want you to worship on Sunday, you're breaking Commandment 32. You're breaking Deuteronomy 12:32. If you celebrate Christmas, you're breaking Deuteronomy 12:32. If you celebrate Easter, if you celebrate all of these other things, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, you are adding to the laws, statutes, and commandments that we have been given that says do not do what the pagans do. We're also do not add to it. We're adding to it. Turkey Day, that wasn't told to us. Why are we doing this, right? Very, very, very important, guys, that we are keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of our Creator as He wants us to, as they are right in His eyes, as it's not right in our eyes, right? Man has a corruptible heart, guys. We all fall astray. We all fall into sin. We all fall into tribulation. And we need to make sure that we are solid, secure, and in line with the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. All right, here we are, guys. Let's get into it. Trying to read comments. I don't have any comments on today because I lost my comments because I was doing the music. However, that being said, let us get into a recap of this. Jade, will you please give us a breakdown?
So we had Yehoshua's birth, the miracle birth of Yehoshua. he grew up, went and talked to teachers at a young age. He was learning and a lot more learned than most of the people, and they were surprised how young and learned he was. And then as he grew up, he went and met with his cousin. He was baptized. He started finding disciples, followers, and he chose 12 of them. He performed his first miracle. He turned water into wine, and the word started spreading around of the stuff he's doing. He started healing sick, started helping those who needed help, and then he went down to a pool in Jerusalem and healed a lame man. And the Pharisees are after him now because he healed on a Shabbat, and they see that as a sin when it is not a sin to do it on a Shabbat. But they are plotting now how to stop him and how to hurt him.
Yeah. All right. Here we are, guys. Yochanan, John 6. This is a big one, so let's get down. And after this, Yahushua went away to the other side of the Sea of Galilee, that is Lake Kinnereth, and a large crowd was following him, because they saw his signs which he did on those who were sick. And Yahushua went up on a mountain, and there he sat with his Talmidim. And the Pesach was near, the festival of the Yahudim. Then Yahushua, lifting up his eyes and seeing a large crowd coming toward him, said to Philippus, Where shall we buy bread for them to eat? And this he said, trying him, for he himself knew what he would do. Philippus answered him, 200 pieces of silver worth of bread is not sufficient for them, for every one of them to receive a little. One of his Talmidim, Andrew, the brother of Shimon Kepha, said to him, Here is a boy who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, but what are these for so many? And Yahushua said, Make the people sit down. Now there was much grass in the place, and the men, numbering about 5,000, sat down. Now, you have to understand, we're not counting women and children either, right? We're talking the number of people that were out in the middle of nowhere that were hungry is 5,000 plus. So you're probably talking, I would say, 8,000 people there, probably, more than likely. And Yahushua took the loaves, and having given thanks, he distributed them to the Talmidim, and the Talmidim to those sitting down, and the same with the fish, as much as they wanted. And when they were filled, he said to his Talmidim, Gather the broken pieces that are left over, so that none gets wasted. So they gathered them and filled 12 baskets with broken pieces of the 5 barley loaves which were left over by those who had eaten. Then the men, having seen the sign that Yahushua did, said, This is truly a Navi, prophet, who is coming to the world. Then Yahushua, knowing that they were about to come and seize him, that they might make him sovereign, withdrew again to the mountain, alone by himself. And when evening came, his Talmidim went down to the sea, and entering into the boat, they were going over the sea toward Capharnaum. And it had already become dark, and Yahushua had not yet come to them. And the sea was rising because a great wind was blowing. When they had rowed about 25 or 30 stadios, they saw Yahushua walking on the sea and coming near the boat, and they were afraid. And he said to them, It is I, do not be afraid. They determined before to take him into the boat, and at once the boat was at the land where they were going. So this is an interesting account, right? Right here. We have Messiah. He comes walking on the water to these guys. They let him in the boat. And then the next verse is they were right there, right? All of a sudden, it's just like they were looking over, and then they looked back, and they were at the land where they were going. So definitely some weird stuff. On the next day, the crowd that was standing on the other side of the sea saw that there was no other boat there except the one into which his Talmidim had entered, and that Yahushua had not entered the boat with his Talmidim, but his Talmidim went away alone. But other boats from Kinnereth, near the place where they ate bread after the add-on had been given thanks. But other boats came from Kinnereth. Therefore, when the crowd saw that Yahushua was not there, nor his Talmidim, they themselves also entered into the boats and came to Capharnaum seeking Yahushua. And having found him on the other side of the sea, they asked him, Rabbi, when did you come here? Yahushua answered them and said, Truly, I say to you, you seek me not because you saw signs, but because you ate of the loaves and were satisfied. Do not labor for the food that is perishing, but for the food that is remaining to everlasting Kai, to life, which the Ben, the son of Adam, shall give you. The Father, Elohim, has put his seal on him. Now, again, we go over this a lot. We go over verses that are Trinity-breaking verses. And that Trinity is one of these things that people can't get rid of. It's like literally when you tell a little kid that there's no Santa Claus after you've lied to him for like the first 10 years of his life, he's like, he doesn't understand. What do you mean? So we have right here, we have our Messiah that is very clearly not making himself Yahuwah, right? He very clearly talks about the food that is remaining for everlasting life, which the son of Adam, Messiah Yahushua, shall give you. For the Father Okay, because he says he's not the Father, right? He very clearly says he is not the Father, for the Father Elohim has put his seal on him. Messiah would be talking like an insane person if he was the Father, but yet he was talking in a third party way. You guys understand, right? We are not looking to find deception in scriptures. We are looking to take scriptures and believe what they say, because we have never ever found deception in scriptures. We've never found that somebody's trying to trick us with this or that. We do have deception where they've taken the name of our Creator and the Son out, and they put in Jesus, they put in God. But as far as the Trinity goes, there's never been a deception in the actual scriptures itself that clarifies a Trinity that would even come close to thinking it would be. In fact, if you read the entire scriptures, all 3,153 pages, all nearly 4 million words, which I have done over and over and over and over and over times, more times than I can even count at this point, there's no place it ever says that the Father and the Son are the same individuals. It just does not exist. 27. Do not labor for the food that is perishing, but for the food that is remaining to everlasting Kai, which the Ben of Adam shall give you, for the Father Elohim has put his seal on him. So they said to him, what should we do to work the works of Elohim? Yahushua answered and said to them, this is the work of Elohim, that you believe in him whom he sent. Okay, again, a Trinity breaker. What if we are believing in the Father, and the Father was really standing in front of us, and the Father told us that you need to believe in him who sent? Well, if you're the Father, who sent you, right? Do you see the craziness here, guys? Do you see the actual breaking of this Trinity doctrine? It can't exist in scriptures. But for those who don't read a lot of scriptures, I guess this is extremely confusing, especially where we've been lied to for all our lives. I believe it too, guys. I believe the Father, the Son, and the Ruach HaKodesh was all one big egg, and they were all like one egg, but yet they were three in one. That's the lie that I was told that I had to inherit, that I was lying to people for a long time in my life, because I didn't know any difference, because I didn't read my scriptures. 30. So they said to him, what sign then would you do, so that we see him and believe you? What would you do? Our fathers ate the manna in the wilderness, as it has been written. He gave them bread out of the Shamayim to eat. Therefore Yahushua said to them, truly, truly, I tell you, Moshe did not give you the bread out of the Shamayim, but my Father gives you the true bread out of the Shamayim. Again, guys, right here, we either have our Messiah who's given us a little bit of like hokey dokey, like, oh, well, if he's the Father and you're not claiming to be the Father, but you're claiming to be the Son, and you're standing right before us, then everything you said has to be suspect. But if the Father is truly the Father and the Son is truly the Son, then all the scriptures makes a lot of sense, right? Moshe did not give you the bread out of the Shamayim, but my Father gives you the true bread out of the Shamayim. 33. For the bread of Elohim is he who comes down of the Shamayim and gives life, Kai, to the world. So they said to him, Adonai, give us this bread always. And Yahushua said to them, I am the bread of Kai. He who comes to me shall not get hungry at all, and he who believes in me shall not get thirsty at all. But I said to you that you have seen me and still do not believe. All that the Father gives me shall come to me, and the one who comes to me I shall by no means cast out. Because I have come down out of the Shamayim, not to do my own desire, but the desire of him who sent me. Okay, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse on this whole thing. But these are the Trinity things that if you can't get this in scriptures and you can't get past the lies you've been chosen about the Trinity, it's very important, right? It's something that you would want to seek, pray, fast, and do whatever, as long as fast as it takes to come to the understanding and get the Ruach HaKodesh to break these lies, right? Because I have not come down out of the Shamayim, not to do my own desire, but the desire of him who sent me. Okay? Do you understand this, guys? Please. I just hope that I know there's a stragglers on this Trinity thing, and it's so frustrating that people are stuck in this lie and people are praying to a Messiah when we have no instructions to pray to our Messiah. 39. This is the desire of the Father who sent me, that all he has given me I should not lose of it, but should raise it in the last day. And this is the desire of him who sent me, that everyone who sees the Son and believes in him should possess everlasting Kai, and I shall raise him up in the last day. Therefore the Yahudim were grumbling against him because he said, I am the bread which came down out of the Shamayim. And they said, is not this Yahushua the son of Yosef, whose father and mother we know? How is it then that he says, I have come down out of the Shamayim? Then Yahushua answered and said to them, do not grumble with one another. No one is able to come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, and I shall raise him up in the last day. Again, I think John 6 is the entire chapter is a Trinity breaking. It's a Trinity buster right here. No one is able to come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him. And if Messiah Yahushua was the Father, he would be lying to us. Are you okay with this? Are you guys okay with your Messiah, the one who died, a sinless individual? How is it a sinless individual could say these kind of things, and we are stuck in this Torah, or stuck in this Trinity, if it's not such a thing? Very important things to understand. 40 has been written in the Nevi'im, and that they all be taught by Yahuwah. Everyone then heard from the Father and learned comes to me. Not that anyone who has seen the Father, except he who is from Elohim, he has seen the Father. And a lot of people get stuck right there, right? Oh, well, if Messiah has seen the Father, then he must be the Father. Well, it very clearly tells us in the Apocrypha that the Father and the Son were together before creation ever was. That the Torah was created, and that long before heaven and earth was ever parted for our realm, Messiah and his dad were together. His father and son combo in the Shamayim, wherever it was, whatever it was, it could be billions of years. It could be forever. We have no idea how long the father and the son have been together, but there is no better representative of the father than the son, especially a good son. 47. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who believes in me possesses everlasting Kai. I am the bread of life, of Kai. Your fathers ate the manna in the wilderness, and they died. This is the bread which comes out of the Shamayim, so that anyone might eat of it and not die. I am the living bread which came down out of the Shamayim. If anyone eats of this bread, he shall live forever. And indeed, the bread that I shall give is my flesh, which I shall give for the Kai of the world. The Yahudim, therefore, were striving with one another, saying, how is this one able to give us flesh to eat? And to this day, this is why you will have those in Judaism, you will have all these people that do not understand scriptures. And they're like, well, you have Messiah. He just said to eat his flesh. And, I've had this debate with so many different people that don't read the scriptures, and debating people that don't read the scriptures about scriptures, you might as well take a hammer and smash your toes and just keep rolling it, because you're going to have a better effect smashing your toes, and you're going to get something done because it's talking to brick walls. 53. Yahushua therefore said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, unless you eat of the flesh of the Ben of Edom and drink his blood, you possess no Kai in yourselves. All right, what is he talking about? Did he say we need to drink the blood?
No.
Are we sure he didn't say just drink the blood? Because I've heard this argument all the time.
He's saying partake in the body of Yahushua.
Yeah, and to become part of him. And so it is his literal body that has been, what he did was for us at the expense of his body, of his flesh, of his blood. 55. For my flesh is truly food, and my blood is truly drink. He who eats my flesh and drinks my blood stays in me, and I in him. And again, this is these people that don't read scriptures, and they come to the defense, are like, listen, this guy, your creator's insane. Your Messiah is insane. He who wants us to drink blood and eat flesh, and they will take this and they will run with the ball, and they will go score a field goal for the wrong team. They're the wrong side, right? They just scored against themselves when they come up with this entire thing. Continuing on. 57. As the living Father sent me, okay, the Father, he just acknowledged he has a dad that sent him. He didn't say, as I sent myself, as I decided to come, and I live because of the Father, so he who feeds on me shall live because of me. Okay, he very clearly distinguished himself between the Father and the Son. Very important. And I know for all of you guys out there that aren't stuck in the Trinity, it's probably getting annoying at this point, but I do know there's a tremendous amount of people that are lost in this Trinity battle, and I want to do everything possible to try to get people to break that, the programming from this. 58. This is the bread which came down out of the Shamayim. Not as your fathers ate the manna and died. He who eats this bread shall live forever. He said this in a congregation, teaching in Capharnaum. Therefore, many of his Talmidim, having heard, said, this word is hard. Who is able to hear it? But Yahushua, knowing within himself that his Talmidim were grumbling about this, said to them, does this make you stumble? What if you see the bin of Adam going up where he was before? If it is the ruach that gives kai, that gives life, the flesh does not profit at all. The words that I speak to you are ruach and are kai, are from the spirit of our the Most High, and our life. But there are some of you who do not believe. For Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were who did not believe, and who would deliver him up. And he said, because of this, I have said to you that no one is able to come to me unless it has been given to him by my Father. If Messiah was the Father, again, he's talking in the most gauntlet way possible, the way that you really need some kind of matrix code breaking system to even figure this out. If he was the Father and he's talking in these riddles, this guy is the Riddler, right? And he said, because of this, I have said to you that no one is able to come to me unless it has been given to him by my Father. I don't understand the Trinity. From then on, many of his Talmudim withdrew and were not walking with him anymore. Freaked him out. Yahushua therefore said to the 12, do you also want to go away? Then Shimon Kepha answered him, Adonai, to whom shall we go? You possess the words of everlasting Kai, and we have believed, and we know that you are Hamashiach, the Son, the bin of the living Elohim. Yahushua answered them, have I not chosen you, the 12? And one of you is a devil. Okay. Hold on real quick, guys. I got to get to the bottom here. Okay. He was now speaking of Yahuda from Kirioth, of Shimon, for he, one of the 12, was about to deliver him up. All right, everybody. I think we're going to end it on this one. I think that was a great reading. If I guess at the end of this, if you guys still believe in the Trinity, then I have failed you guys in reading, in trying to get you guys out of this this mad hoax of evil that we have been endured in. And so, guys, Jade, will you please bless our brothers and sisters?
Yahuwah barak you and guard you. Yahuwah may his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Yahuwah lift his face upon you and give you peace.
All right. Yep. What do we got?
Sandra, Yahuwah, she says, I have been fasting sugar, meat, and bread, and I was doing it 40 days, but I ended last night because I was getting really bad anxiety. December 10th would have been 40 days. Has anyone experienced
Wow.
that?
Absolutely. Who said that?
It's Sandra.
Sandra. Wow. That's great.
Just shy of a couple days. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely great. I have not made it that far. I have not made it that far into this. But I will tell you, as you are fasting, it's a lot of thinking time, right? You have a tremendous amount of time to sit and think about things in life, and you got to find stuff to do. You do get a little anxious, right? You do get a little upset sometimes when you're fasting. It's not a comfortable situation, and it's not supposed to be a comfortable situation, right? When Messiah very clearly talks about getting rid of the demons, and like some of the demons that are infiltrated into people can only be gone with fasting and prayer. That's a very good understanding for us that fasting is very, very, very important. But good job to you. Incredible. Very, very incredible. You've done just incredible. Hats off to you. For those of you guys who are fasting out there, it is a life-changing experience. Every fast is a life-changing experience, and it's something that you can't get these kind of pains and understanding and spiritual changes when you're in contentment. It's just something about fasting is truly what it does, and I truly believe Yah has a double phone line down to us for when we're fasting and hears us. So, Jay, you bless. Okay, all right. So with that, everybody, we are going and we're going to finish this off. We got a couple songs here. Rise and Walk.
Back in Kevin's house, the crowd drew tight. Word was spreading, Yahushua's alive. No room inside, the door was jammed, but faith broke through. That roof got slammed. Four men climbed with their friend in need, tore the roof, faith took the lead. They lowered him down where Yahushua stood, the crowd in awe. They your sins are gone. The pollution whisper that's wrong. Who forgives sin but Yah alone? But Yahushua's truth was shown to prove the sun has power day. Rise, take your bed, go your way. He rose right up, strength restored. All shouted praises to Yahuwah adore. Baruch Yahuwah, healing name, Adon of mercy, truth and flame. Ruach power breaks the chain, Torah light through every vein. By the sea again he passed on through. Saw Louis the collector, I'm calling you. He left the booth, no look behind. Followed our dawn with faithful mind. They sat and ate with sinners and low. Persian master, why sit with those? Yahushua said the sick need care, not the strong. I'm sent to repair. Baruch Yahuwah, healing name, Adon of mercy, truth and flame. Ruach power breaks the chain, Torah light through every vein. They ask, why don't you tell me them fast? Yahushua smiled, truth was cast. Can the friends mourn when the groom's still here? The day will come, they'll fast in fear. New wine needs skins that hold fresh ruach moves, not old and cold. Through the grain fields they began to go. Talmud him hungry, picking low. Perushim cried, that breaks the day. Yahushua taught the Torah way. Darwin ate when he was in need. Kohanim served, Yah still decreed. The Shabbat was made for men, not rule. Yahushua reigns, the Shabbat school. Baruch Yahuwah, healing name, Adon of mercy, truth and flame. Ruach power breaks the chain, Torah light through every vein. Baruch Yahushua, mighty King, Kodesh name, forever we sing. From roof to field, from sin to light, Torah stands firm, Yah's word is right. Faith tore roofs and broke through pride. Yahushua heals, be purified. Yochanan heard from prison's place about Yahushua's works of grace. He sent his men with one decree. Are you the one, or shall we see? Yahushua said, go tell him plain what your eyes have seen again. The blind receive their sight this hour. The lame now walk by Yah's own power. The lepers cleanse, the deaf now hear. The dead arise, no more fear. The poor receive the Torah sound. Yahuwah's favor now is found. Baruch the take offense. In me they'll find deliverance. Baruch Yahuwah, truth made clear. Torah reigns, his voice we hear. Ruach fire, hearts refined. Ardent rest for the weary mind. When they left, he turned to say, what went you to the desert way? A reed that shakes in the blowing breeze, or a man in robes who seeks to please. No one heavy and bold and true, more than a messenger sent to you. For it is written he'll prepare the way before the high Mashiach's day. No one greater born of woman's breath than Yochanan till his death. Yet the least in the reign above is greater still by Yah's love. Baruch Yahuwah, truth made clear. Torah reigns, his voice we hear. Ruach fire, hearts refined. Ardent rest for the weary mind. He said, to what will I compare this generation's foolish stare? They play their flutes, you will not dance. They cry their tears, you miss the chance. Yochanan came, he did not eat. You said he's mad, your pride complete. The pen of man came eating too. You said he's drunk, his friends untrue. Yet wisdom's children prove her right by Torah's truth, by Yah's own light. He spoke to towns that saw his power, yet never turned in that hour. Woe to you, Chorazin's name, and Bethsaida's shame. If mighty works in Torah had been, they'd have repented from their sin. And you, Kafar, Nakumha, will be brought low, your pride will die. For if these deeds were seen in Sidon, they'd still remain, they'd not be gone. Baruch Yahuwah, truth made clear. Torah reigns, his voice we hear. Ruach fire, hearts refined. Adon's rest for the weary mind. Oh, 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 oh. Adon's rest for the weary mind. Then Yahushua raised his voice. Yahuwah, Father, I rejoice. You've hid these things from the wise and tall, revealed them instead to the humble call. All things given into my hand, none know the Father but who I am, and whom I choose to show his way. Torah truth that lights the day. Come to me, all burdened and worn, find rest for your souls. Be reborn, take my yoke, it's light, it's kind. Torah peace for heart and mind. Learn from me, gentle low. Yahuwah's rest is what you know. Baruch Yahuwah, truth made clear. Torah reigns, his voice we hear. Ruach fire, hearts refined. Adon's rest for the weary mind. Baruch Yahuwah, meek and strong. Yoke of life, eternal song. No way too great, no path too long. Yahushua lives where hearts belong. Through Torah's way, the weary mend. Adon gives rest that has no end. Moshe stood with voice of flame. Yisrael, he Yahuwah's name. You've scattered far through every land. Still, Yah will take you by the hand. When your heart returns in truth, he restores your strength in you. Baruch Yahuwah, strong to save. Who uplifts you from the grave. Adon reigns from Shemayim high. For our life will never die. Though cast to winds of earth and sea, Yahuwah will remember thee. He'll bring you back, increase your day. Restore your land in mighty way. He'll cut the hardness from your heart. Kodesh love will set you apart. Turn with all your heart and mind. Torah's path is pure and kind. Not distant, hidden, far above, but near your mouth, the law of love. Not across the sea so wide, but in your heart where truth abides. Baruch Yahuwah, strong to save. Who uplifts you from the grave. Adon reigns from Shemayim high. For a life will never die. Today I set before your sight. Miracle, goodness, life, and light. Oh, curse and death, the darkened way. When hearts refuse, yes, truth to stay. Choose life. your seed may live. Walk in his ways, his Torah give. Love Yahuwah with all you are. He's your strength and guiding star. He is your life, your days made long. Your covenant hope, your victory song. Cling to him through every test. And in your land, your peace, your rest. Baruch Yahuwah, strong to save. Ruach lifts you from the grave. Adon reigns from Shemayim high. Torah life will never die. Israel rise, obey his voice. Yahuwah's path is life, your choice. From heart to mouth, from land to sky. Torah calls, choose life, not die. Baruch the Lord, the ones who walk his way. Yahuwah's promise stands today.
All right, beautiful friends and family, we love you tremendously. May Yahuwah bless you and keep you. May his light forever shine on you. May the Torah be everything in your world. May it be everything from when you wake up to when you go to bed. And may we all high five each other in the kingdom to come as we have been loyal, obedient people to the creator of the universe.